Hi Stampers, this is Amy Whelan with Amy's Inklings. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I wanted to show you a quick feature of our Stampin' trimmer that you may not be aware of and to let you know when it's time to replace it. So come join me. Our Stampin' trimmer is absolutely phenomenal. It does come with a scoring blade and a cutting blade like many trimmers do. However, this has the capability to put the scoring blade completely out of the way so that you can cut as many times as you want without that getting in the way. And vice versa. Let's say you wanted to do a lot of scoring but not a lot of cutting. You would simply move the cutting blade all the way down to it's out of the way, and then that way you can score as much as you want. So that's a feature of Stampin' Up's trimmer that is really convenient. Now, every now and then you will need to replace your cutting blades. I've never replaced my scoring blade. I've never had the need to, but that is something that we do carry in our catalog. If you're feeling that you're not getting good scores, then it's time to change your scoring blade. But the cutting blade I do need to change every now and then, and you know it's time when your cuts, let's see if you can see this in the camera, your cuts start getting this feathery look to it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe you can see it better over there. And that's when you know your blade is dull and needs to be replaced. Now, one thing that was brought to my attention is that this area right here of the trimmer, which is our cutting mat, that sometimes needs to be replaced too, and for whatever reason, I just never thought of it. Kind of out of sight, out of mind. But when I replaced one of my cutting blades recently, I was still getting that feathery cut. Oh, look, this is a better example. You can see it here. It's a new blade, and I was still getting that feathery, yucky, non-crisp cut. And that's when a fellow demonstrator said, "Amy, it's time to replace your cutting mat." Duh! I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. So this is the cutting mat. It does have longevity because it has two sides that you can use for cutting. Now, the cutting side has this ridge on it, and that is where the cutting blade will actually run along, or the scoring blade will run along. If you find, like mine, that it's starting to get all gummy with adhesive and whatnot, you simply pull it out the way I did. You turn it over to the other side that has that ridge, and you continue to using it as usual. Now, eventually you're going to find that this side's going to get gummy too. It doesn't happen often. I've had this same cutting mat in my trimmer for over a year. But again, if you find that you're putting a new cutting blade in and you're still not getting the sharp cuts, then it is time to replace it. So in our catalog, in the current catalog, you can find it on page 169. We do carry replacement cutting mats. They're very affordable. They're only $4, and you actually get two to a pack. And so you simply pull out the strip like I was showing you, and I'll show you again. It's got this little finger mark. It makes it very easy to pull them out. And then you simply take one out of the package, and it slips right in, and you're good to go. Isn't that cool? Now, since we are discussing the cutting mat, I thought I would also tell you that it also has two smooth sides. And this is the side that you would use on your cutting mat, excuse me, if you want to use the Rotary Edition. The Rotary Edition is something that you add onto your cutter. You would actually take this off. It's very easy to slip off. And you would add the Rotary Edition, which enables you to use these really neat cutting blades. This one is a small scallop. This one is a little tiny wave. You actually can put a straight, excuse me, the camera just knocked. You can also put a straight cutting tool in there. It's really cool. I use this quite often, and I've actually done a video. I'll put a link in the body of my post to show you how easy it is to switch these out and why you would want to use those. They're very neat. But you would need to use the smooth side of your cutting mat when you're using the Rotary Edition. And it's so easy to switch. You just switch it back and forth. Like that. So if you're finding that you're having a little bit of difficulty with your cutting blade even when it's new, then it would be time to replace that cutting mat. And if it is time to replace yours, you can simply go to my online store. You can find it at amysinklings.com, and you can use the Shop Now button. Now if you need assistance, or if you would just like to speak with me, you can reach me at amysinklings@gmail.com. I always love to hear from you. So thanks so much for joining me at Amy's Inklings. I hope this helps you have great success with your fabulous Stampin' trimmer. Thanks again. Come again soon. Bye-bye.